Hello, back with another VOD review. This is a self VOD review today. So I'm going to be looking at my own gameplay from a Havanna game that I played a little bit earlier on. I feel like I had lots and lots of like issues with my play today. I think this was my second game, or maybe my third game on after not really playing over the Easter long weekend. So I think like I'm playing Kiriko. Um, I have a few things that I've been working on lately that I've identified as weaknesses in my own game is alt value. So I've been using some alts that aren't like applying positive objective pressure. So either like too far from objective to the point where the enemy team can kite it, or maybe like if we're trying to attack the objective, that is, and if we're holding the objective, maybe I'm using it too far forward ahead of the objective where the enemy team can kite it again. And then also using alts, maybe in situations where like only like me and one other player or two other players can really get value from it. And maybe it's like questionable value as well. Like it doesn't have to be like comboed with, like a big ult, like say like a Kitsune Rush Visor or something like that just wipes the enemy team. But ideally, like you want more than like two people to feel like they can play in the ult and get value. Another thing, I think in this game I was heal botting a bit too much. I think I was a bit too scared to take angles, so we'll have a bit of a look and see. I think the initial angle here feels like okay. Obviously I haven't like fully scouted their team. I'll know their full comp in like 2 seconds time once it hits 15 seconds in, so I would have hit tab pretty much now. But I obviously already knew that there was a reasonable amount of poke on the other team between the Hanzo and the Wuyang. So like a key priority for me right now, I sort of like throughout this I do go like fairly heal body right. There's a side fight happening which ends up being the main fight because everyone is pretty much there. I want to just heal these players without like peeking this cart angle where most of the team are, so I'm using that cover for most of it. Liang still gets an orb on me, but I'm fine. I don't even really need mercy heals because I've got my like sub roll thing that heals me. But I think here, like obviously already a little bit too heal body. I just throw like 6 heals in a row there. Could even if it's just breaking the monkey bubble, like there's no real harm in like throwing some kunai out there. I'm trying to like get the kunai under the cart there, I think, but just missing. Right, so monkey jumps up on my head. And then I seemingly don't, like I know he's up there, but I guess I just didn't expect he would drop here. So this feels really bad. Because like he jumps on me, he engages on me for free. He didn't really need to like use a cooldown. His jump's probably up in a couple of seconds. I guess what I thought would happen would maybe be that the Anran and the monkey would like group and then engage together, and that the monkey wouldn't just drop quite so quickly onto my head. But it sucks that I get my TP forced, and I get it forced to like a really bad location as well. Like there wasn't really like a good TP location, because although I'm like sort of behind cover, it's like this probably isn't like a place that I want to play from for an extended period of time. So that's like just poor awareness from me there. I should have been more on the ball for that. This is like a difficult timing. So like my Orisa walks up, but me and Mercy can't just like walk up right now. Not with the monkey in our back line, not with me, with no Zuzu, and our Ashe getting beamed. So Orisa walks up, but I choose like I need to try and help this Ashe. Unfortunately, the Ashe kites me, which I don't expect to happen. And then I ultimately just get caught in this really bad position. I didn't think that the Ashe would just ignore the monkey and come down here. I thought that the Ashe would aim to play with me, which is why I walked forward. But then I realized I'm inside of the monkey bubble. I'm now out in the open, and I don't remember exactly, but judging from what's happening, I feel like I probably die here. No, okay, I get one more TP off. So obviously, like I guess I showed like decent awareness of where my tracer is. Like I quickly spin around. I look who's who, like where's where. I get one more TP off, but I feel like maybe it's, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because the end run comes up on me. I think this whole situation could have been played out a lot better if I was just more aware of the monkey. And also I probably needed to like get off this position anyway at that point. I probably should have come back to like this position just because of where the cart was when the monkey actually drops on me, which is like pretty much here, right? I think I've just TP'd off with the cart so far forward. It's questionable like why I'm playing like this pillar here instead of just like coming back to here or coming back to here right now, where I can still throw out kunai, but there's less angles I can get hit from, because like the reason I had to use my TP was because I couldn't cross from here to here safely with out, like feeling like I'm at risk of getting poked out by the Wu Yang or something like that, right? Like it feels a bit sketchy. I guess I could have like walked back this way, maybe, is another like play. So I think maybe it was a bit of a panic TP in a lot of ways, because I got surprised by the monkey's timing. I didn't expect him to drop on me that soon, which was a shame. But like I think that one mistake of mine actually like cascades throughout this and I think like here would be the next main mistake, where I do try and push towards the Ashe, thinking that we might fight the monkey together, but clearly that was not the plan. So TP out. I think I also die with Zuzu here, so I never use my Zuzu throughout that, because it always feels bad to like Zuzu to save myself. But then I TP up. I don't seem to realize that the end round is below here and goes up, and then as I'm falling through the air, it's like somewhat more difficult to Zuzu myself anyway. So I die without using a Zuzu. So there's like three key issues that went wrong. First of all, it was probably holding this little angle a little bit too long. Obviously not being aware of the monkey about to drop on me. And then I think realistically, maybe I should have like just used a Zuzu timing around, like when I was around tier on the monkey, maybe Zuzu'd myself and then TP'd out or something like that if I needed to. But yeah, it feels kind of bad there. All right, so we're back out again. Bubbles are, Orisa kind of has no choice but to play into bubble. I know I can't heal through a bubble, so I like don't bother, right? I'll just throw a few kunai at the end round and see what happens. I think I hit only like body shots then. So I hit the Zuzu timing on the Orisa, which probably helps to keep them up. Orisa's thankfully not in the Hanzo ult. I see the end round come in. I throw one kunai. I try and give pocket. I throw another kunai. I try and give pocket. I think maybe I missed a couple papers. I hit body shots then. I don't think I missed a kunai. I think that they were all hits, but they're just all body shots. So it kind of sucks, I guess. Like the reality is, like I heal this Ashe with like one full heal, I think, and like one that's probably like a 60% of the papers or something like that. Like most of the papers hitting. I think 2 papers didn't hit then. And then yeah, okay. Kind of like a bit of a bummer, but realistically, like there's a mercy beam, I throw some heals in, Ashe still dies, so I don't know, maybe difficult to save that one. And I couldn't really not Zuzu the Orisa before on their ult. I think that would have gone like really poorly. So we've traded out a bit, like we've lost one, they've lost one. I think my Tracer should be nearly back by now. This is obviously a big issue. Like there's nothing that can really like get this Hanzo off of this high ground at this stage unless I like hit a couple of headshots and poke him out. So my goal right now, like, you know, we still have objective control. Monkey's bubble is going to end in the next couple of seconds. Like I just want to like play this angle. Ideally challenge the Hanzo a little bit, but not die to him. Keep some pocket on my Orisa. And then hopefully once the Tracer gets back, I'll have built my my ult and we can use it, right? So the Hanzo's a little bit scary. I decided to take like a wider angle here instead, which one, like it breaks line of sight to the Hanzo. Like Hanzo would have to like really peek up to here to get me. And if he does that, you know, my whole team can now shoot him. I think I accepted the risk of the monkey jumping me at this stage, but I didn't feel like it was a bad decision at the time. Ultimately, monkey used his jump to get onto me, and that feels fine because he doesn't have a bubble. So I can't get bubbled off, and even if I get zapped out, I have TP. What went wrong here ultimately is like, you know, my crosshair is on the Ashe, but the Ashe backsteps and the Orisa walks towards me. So unfortunately, the stupid targeting hits the Orisa. I definitely did not want to go into the Orisa. Maybe my Zuzu timing is a little bit early here in retrospect. I think like I'm Zuzuing at 196 health, and I do have a Mercy Beam on me, so I think this Zuzu is really, really poor, actually. I probably, with the Mercy Beam, realistically, I probably could have just, like, walked back. Like, maybe not walk this way, because that's the direction that most of the enemy team would look, but, like, the Mercy Beam would pocket me enough that I could walk this way again and go back to my original position. So I think I kind of fucked up there. I'm just trying to, like, build an ult right now. I figure as soon as the primal comes out, like I know I'm dead, but I do get my ult out without Ajaxing it. It's not optimal, but it's probably, I think it's still better than if I threw it this direction, because if I throw it this direction, these players can't benefit. So talked about, like, I want to put it in a position where multiple people can benefit. And although my Tracer just died, like my Ashe potentially could walk up into this. Like, but I guess she's going to get knocked back from Primal, and my Orisa could always like play from back of cart. But ultimately, the ult itself doesn't feel like the issue. I think the issue is one, like I accidentally TP'd to the Orisa, and two, I used myself Suzu too early at 196 health when I had a Mercy Beam on me. I think like panicking a little bit there. Probably needed to recognize that I could have just walked back, and if I had have just walked back, I wouldn't have had to Zuzu until the monkey popped his primal, most likely, and by then I would have had another TP up to TP over to this side. So a few like key mistakes, but I think like the majority of why this point has gone poorly is from me. I think like the cascade of failures from when I was playing here. I think most of the play from back here was like okay. I think it was really the Zuzu decision that kind of fucked us up there. Right. So I see my Orisa die. I know it's like not contestable anymore. I'm just adjusting sound settings right now. I'm not typing or some shit or having a rage. The reason I couldn't hear the monkey at the start is that I had my like VOD review sound level on, and I was too lazy to change it at the start of the game, so it was like 1/5 of normal. I forgot that that's why I couldn't hear the monkey. So my Tracer gets pre-fighted. I'm looking at what's up there, and it's like, well, I know that like the entire new team is going to be looking at this angle. Like it's going to be hard to get out of this angle, but I can't really split off and go like the right side if my whole team wants to walk up here, because like they're going to need more than just Mercy heals. I look back down there just to see like what my team's HP is. I see that only really the Hazard's hurt, and he's not especially hurt, so throw a few kunai. I want to try and like mark this Wu Yang and not just let him set on this high ground for free. Unfortunately, I missed most of my shots and only hit body shots. Mark this one as well. So look back to my team always. Like don't get too caught up in like throwing like kunai after kunai after kunai. Throw a couple. Look back at your team. Hazard's in a bubble, so there's no point trying to heal him right now. I know that I can't, and I obviously wouldn't want to TP into him. My whole team dies to the Hanzo ult. I Zuzu, not because I want to like stagger myself and extend my life, but I just want to like get down here and die on cart. Maybe like if my aim wasn't complete dog shit here, because I just missed like 5 out of 7 that I throw, maybe I get a trade. The Mercy would have res the trade, but at least like a die on cart, right? Like the worst thing I could do is like Suzu and then walk back here and like mega stagger myself out. Like I'm better off just getting the same respawn wave as my team. Right, oh wait, so why am I going this door? So I see my team going up there, but obviously my Tracer needs a bit of pocket. The cart's super close now. I figure maybe I can take like a slight off angle here, because this is one of the things that I'm trying to work on when possible. So I look over, do they need a Zuzu? They don't need a Zuzu. I look back, my Hazard probably does need a Zuzu in the not too distant future, not right now because he's out. Don't try and Zuzu the Mercy just because someone's critical doesn't mean that they need a Zuzu. Unfortunately, like the Tracer still gets like dies off by herself. I'm not sure if that was my fault. I mean, I did probably need to turn to heal the Hazard, and I probably did also need to like look at this and help with this. I feel like the Ashe would have already been dead if I didn't do that. So where does Tracer die? Is there anything realistically I could have done? I don't think so, because even if I had have kept playing down this angle, I think Tracer probably just bit off more than she could chew at the end of the day there. I think like if I didn't help the Ashe, then the Ashe would have died earlier, and if I didn't go for the Hazard, then the Hazard wouldn't like have the ability to re-peek this angle and potentially contest the cart. But in the end, none of it really matters because both DPS are dead and we're definitely not winning this fight. So I'm assuming I just decide to die. Yeah. Not that I had much choice of the matter, but instead of like trying to TP out and do some sneaky shit, just gonna die. So unfortunately, like we've gotten pretty rolled so far. Like we haven't really done a great job of slowing down cart progress. It's just been going. So it's maybe not looking the best for us so far. This point feels like a little bit better now for me. I feel like there's less of like a spacing opportunity for the monkey to get dives on me, which is good. Like unlike the first point where I played on that corner and the second point where there's a lot more like cover like the silos and stuff to like conceal him on dives. Like if the monkey wants to get on me now, like for the most part, I'm going to see him coming for like a very long time. And I think potentially as well, like maybe our Hazard might be able to contest the monkey a little bit more, given that he'll often be more visible. So we'll see what happens there. It's still really good for their pokey heroes on this point, but we'll see how we go with this. I think even though I'm like in theory not practicing like Diva Bomb theory right now, which is something that I preach, like I am like between two pieces of cover rather than playing like one or the other. The reality is I can see that there's two people pushing the cart. I can see the Hanzo arrows like coming up this direction. So like I know that I can't get shot from here right now. I could also potentially like aim to like move up to this position here. That would allow me to throw some kunai and I'd still be like a little bit more safe from the monkey. But ideally I want the monkey to have to like do like a full distance jump on me to get on me right now, because he's shown that he does seem to enjoy doing that. So I thought about TPing in then as soon as I saw the Hazard ult come out, I think. Just in case he ends up hitting something, but I figured with the bubble, because he's used it inside of a bubble, I have a quick look at the enemy through here. I get a few frames on the Mercy. I figure there's nothing there, so there's no point me like burning TP just to go in and help follow up on a Hazard ult that doesn't hit anything. Monkey's behind me, pretty telegraphed. I'm fine to, I don't mind burning some cooldowns here because we got a pick just before. I think I was expecting the primal here, given that I was like walking back like this. Yeah, so I've still got a TP. He changes targets, which is good. He goes on me again. I feel like it doesn't feel like it's possible for the monkey to kill anyone right now, but he is drawing a lot of aggro, right? Like I can't just ignore the monkey right now. Ash can't just ignore the monkey. Mercy can't just ignore the monkey. So the monkey, although he like gets no kills, he generates so much space, and unfortunately my Hazard, I think realistically doesn't like respect the fact that like multiple players are tied up to a Primal Rage, and my Hazard decides to make a decision to like walk up. He even looks back then just to double check if anyone's dying, and then he like commits, but ultimately unlike the monkey that has like 1400 health, the Hazard does not have 1400 health to commit inside of the entire enemy team, and so he dies. I don't think I would put like the death of the Hazard on me. I don't think it's reasonable to expect that I would like TP forwards to help him, and I think it's reasonable that like, you know, like the priority there is like if we can just save anyone dying from the monkey ult. The cart's still super far back, like our Hazard can just chill for a little bit and then we can re-engage once the monkey ult ends, right? Because otherwise like all the monkey would have done is just like help to give them another like 15 meters of push while we're zoned out from the monkey ult, but instead, unfortunately, the tank maybe makes a poor decision there. So I'm not gonna like TP. I'm not sure if I just lagged. What the fuck was I looking at? Maybe I did just lag. So I know I'm getting like marked out by the Wu Yang, right? I see the orbs coming. He misses 2 orbs before he hits the last one. Anran's throwing some shit at me, so I don't want to stay this angle anymore. Also, I see that the monkey has like jumped over to pressure out my team. I think I didn't realize how shallow he jumped. I thought he'd gone a little bit closer, but realistically, I come back to make sure these players are all fine. Like we've got a big ult swing coming up. It feels like we don't have like huge pressure to touch point right now. Fortunately, we lose both our DPS straight away, which is not a very good start. So the name of the game right now is like survive. Like it's now too late for me to die because my DPS are about to respawn and I can't be out of sync with them. So the best thing I can do, and I could throw out some more kunais maybe, but then I also risk taking poke damage and I don't want to take poke damage right now. So just gonna chill for a bit. Just because I have ult doesn't mean I need to burn it straight away. Like, you know, I said at the start of the game, like I ideally want my ult to generate value for multiple people, and if I was to ult right now, it would just be me, right? Pretty terrible ult. It also wasn't worth trying to like throw out an ult to empower Bob, because Bob's like an inanimate stationary object that can't chase people, and it hit this corner here, which is incredibly just easy to like DP and kite from the enemy team. So I'm playing from this angle down here, look for a few kunai here and there. Missed most of them, unfortunately. So monkey goes in, but I'm doing a good job of keeping track of like where my teammates are. So I know that this is a safe TP right now. Um, right, I ult from up here because obviously the cart's only a few meters away now. My tracer was up here. My tracer might end up recalling back up here. My ball's going to be coming into this area in a second. Um, monkey comes up. I kind of like surf his jump because it has that little knockback. So I jump up as he lands to get even more like knockback and momentum from it. Just create a little bit more space for me. Learned that trick back when I used to play TF2. Zuzu there because maybe I don't even need the Zuzu, but at the end of the day, I don't want to get traded. Like we've won this team fight, you know, like the priority right now is just, you know, make sure I don't get traded, move up, see if we can get a late kill on this monkey, which the body shot bandit helps get the kill in the end. So here, I assume I'll just look for a little bit of poke. Don't want to get headshot by Hanzo or anything like that, but you know, if I can just manage to hit 1 or 2 kunai, maybe I'll actually build an ult. So I think I hit a heady there, which is nice. Or maybe that was just the Mercy damage boost. He's in. So I've got Zuzu here. I hear the ult come out, right? Instantly spin around. Where is the ult? I look at the monkey, I look at the Mercy, I look at the Reaper, right? That's who's going on. Now, I see Mercy start flying, so I think, okay, well, I don't need a Zuzu here because Mercy's already out of the stun range, and that dude is a Reaper who has like Wraith Walk, and also even if he does get knocked down, he's not gonna die instantly unless like the Hanzo hits him. So he does get knocked down. I chuck him one little heal. I know that the monkey's just jumped up because I've obviously seen that on my screen, right? Pretty obvious that he's gonna like land on my head, but I can tell from like the way he's jumped, like his trajectory, like this is a long land. So I'm happy to just chill here, heal this guy for a second or two. Once the monkey comes out, I don't like panic and instantly TP to my Mercy, because if I TP to my Mercy, I'll still be in the monkey's line of sight for zaps, right? Instead I go to the Ashe. Ashe has coach gun, Ashe can help me. Break line of sight to the monkey. Yeah, he has another jump, but I have a Zuzu, so we're all good. I'm pretty happy to just like trade a few shots. Again, I've got the Mercy beam on me, I'm fine. Monkey gets super low, we get the exit frag. So like monkey's pretty keen on me, right? Like most fights in the last few fights, like he's gone on me. So I need to make sure that I'm saving my cooldowns for me for the most part, because I can't just die. But you know, it would have been a bit different. Like maybe if my Ashe was alive then and my monkey was going in with the tidal blast onto my Ashe, like I would have probably been looking to Zuzu my Ashe then. But Ashe was dead anyway, so again, don't need to Zuzu the Mercy, who's already out of it, and the Reaper is in very low danger of dying, so it's all good. Cool. Feeling a bit passive at the moment. Hopefully I walk up. Yeah, I do. Cool. It's holy shit. I did not realize how bad I was aiming. Don't take a 4 or 5 day break, guys. It fucking ruins you. Just looking for like any shots, any damage. I feel like I maybe didn't need to give up that angle quite as early then, right? I think I might have been able to stay for just a little bit longer. It seems like I then realized I gave it up too early. So like I'm not exposing myself to heaps of sightlines, right? Like the monkey can see me, and then when I poke in and out of this, those players can see me. But those players are like a Mercy and Anran, a Wu Yang. There's no one-shot threat. Like I haven't really been in the Hanzo's sightline at all during this, I would say. Like I would be, if I go back 10 seconds, I feel like I would be surprised if the Hanzo ever saw me. Okay, he sees me just then as I like cross from cover to cover. Yeah, so I'm throwing out my kunai. The reason I like want to highlight this is like what's most likely to kill me is something that like you have to think about a lot as a support, and getting headshot by Hanzo is the only way I can die instantly right now. I have both cooldowns up, so even if I take some damage from someone else, hopefully I don't take so much poke damage that I feel the need to self Suzu, but the reality is like I wouldn't die to anything other than a Hanzo. So look for just one little heal there on my ball. Can't do anything about that really. He's in no man's land. Yeah. There's no position, like no situation which I would ever be playing in this room with like their comp and my comp, I think. And realistically, you know, although I have TP and I have Zuzu alive, like why would I want to TP Zuzu into like a small room against a monkey that has primal, right? And I would be anticipating that it would have primal, because the last primal was like 2 minutes ago when he distracted me, Ash, and the Mercy, and my Hazard pushed up and died, right? So terrible idea. Like, just because you could TP Zuzu to somebody and potentially save them, it's like I would die and probably the Reaper would still die as well, which would result in us promptly losing the point, I would imagine. So another ult comes through. I wasn't quite sure where the fuck it was going, so I think I got baited a little bit here. So I sell Zuzu. I'm happy to like trade a few more shots before I get out, because I know he can't instantly kill me, and also my Mercy's got my back, of course. Go for a few more shots. Similar situation to before. I can't just ignore it and let the Ashe die. So I figured that the Anran was probably going for me then. Obviously, she flies up. It appears as though she's looking at me. So I'm like, well, obviously I don't want to stand here, and I don't have a Zuzu anymore. So although she probably wouldn't instantly kill me, you know, there's no reason to take the damage. So I TP up to either my Mercy or my ball. I don't care which one I'm targeting there. I guess I targeted the ball, but it's irrelevant either way. Just to get out of it, and then I want to get to high ground again straight away. So Anran just ends up ulting the Ghost of Christmas Past. The only value she gets is forcing my TP, which isn't much value. I don't want to be up there for free, so I take a few shots. I miss almost everything except for that last one. Probably maybe get a little bit too locked into that, into shooting the Anran there. So I did glance back, and this is feedback that I've given multiple other players in VOD reviews. Like, when you are going for damage, you need to at least like have a reset period where you look at your team. I looked back, I saw that the monkey was on my Ashe, but my Ashe isn't spawned, so the monkey can't kill. So I went back for a little bit more damage. So my Reaper's gone in here. His, you know, the reality is it's another one of these, like, he's inside of a monkey bubble, so even if I didn't throw like an extra couple of kunai onto the Anran, I still don't know how I would have like saved this Reaper necessarily, right? Unless I TP into him and then Zuzu him, but you know, why would I want to TP Zuzu inside of a monkey bubble inside of like the entire enemy team, right? So he dies, but like, you know, what can I do, right? I assume that he had his cooldowns as well. Yeah, I mean, he had Wraithwalk anyway, so really, like, I think his death is on him, right? This is another one of those, like, okay, like, we've lost a player, the point's close, like, priority is, like, live, stall, try and play for, like, a proper, like, team fight here, ideally. So ball hits some good mines, it buys us objective control again. I think this is another really bad Zuzu, similar to the one that I did at first point. Back like fucking, where was it? Back here inside the monkey bubble, where like I am getting pocketed by the Mercy, and I just don't seem to like react to that. Like, I don't need to Zuzu myself right now, you know. I'm like 140 health or something. I dropped down there because I don't necessarily want to TP back to my Ashe, because I've heard the Anran coming up behind me, right? And maybe playing this position ends up like being pretty good. Because the reality is 3 people actually just like committed on trying to kill me simultaneously, right? So like, I haven't used my TP yet. I've dropped down. Maybe the Zuzu's slightly premature, maybe not. At the end of the day, you know, who knows? Maybe the Hanzo was about to try and hit me with a headshot. But ultimately, Zuzu allows me to live. I walk backwards towards the cart, which I know that like there's enemy presence around here, but it's like, I know there's a monkey in both DPS in this direction, so the only things that could be on the cart are a Mercy and a Wu Yang. I probably am not aware of the Wu Yang's position right now, but it's like, I don't care about backing up into the Mercy, and if it's the Wu Yang, then it's the Wu Yang, right? But I'll definitely be thinking in my head right now that I do want to like make a TP to get out of here, and it seems as though I've chosen my target, so like, yep, I'm a bit hurt and stuff, but I want to get out of this situation, right? We're not about to C9 because there's still a few mines and stuff around the cart. Like, our Reaper's walking back out of spawn. I don't want my Ashe to get zoned too hard here, so I go back to my Ashe. My Mercy and ball will probably be fine for at least a few seconds, especially because there's no real hit scan on the enemy team. Reaper TP's out. I give him a heal as he goes, giving my Ashe some pocket to try and deal with this Anran. Maybe I get a little bit frustrated that the Anran seems to still be able to stand there for free. Oops. So I just, you know, I've given her 2 rounds of pocket. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go out. I have full health. Pop the Zuzu, we get the kill, all good. Reaper also shoots her in the back. And now I've seen the kill feed. We've just killed 2. My Mercy's dead, but it feels like a pretty much a no-brainer right now. Zuzu on the cart, you know, I talked about like what I'm looking at, sorry, not Zuzu, ult on the cart, like at the start of the game, I said I want it to force positive objective pressure. We're ticking that box. I want multiple people to be able to get value from it. We're ticking that box. Ashe is, you know, a little bit behind to be able to do it. Also, like, although I left the Ashe on low health because we killed the Anran, I think if I hadn't have seen the Hanzo die in the kill feed, I probably would have at some point turned to help the Ashe and give her some pocket. But at this time, I feel like it's very unlikely that anyone is like prioritizing killing the Ashe. We see one Wu Yang orb go through, but it misses, and it feels kind of all good there. And so we end up holding, which is great. From memory, we really struggled on this attack. Yeah, okay, so walk out. They're still like, you know, same comp, just with a queen now instead. So there's less of like a dive threat, which is good. But yeah, sometimes the risks just evaporate before your eyes, right? I don't think it's like unreasonable that I don't like Zuzu that. You know, Orisa goes from literally dies in 1 second. So yeah, fuck, just happens sometimes. So all right, I see where they are now. I know what their comp is now. So happy to like swing and look for a few kunai. Not swinging too hard, so like not necessarily trying to shoot that window there. Happy to just throw out kunai in case they re-peek this window at that stage. Just because I don't know how close the queen is to me yet. My Reaper's died. So hit a few shots. Iris is fine, doesn't need immediate pocket. I'm a bit slow on the uptake with the Sojourn though. I think, sorry, with the Ashe, definitely my fault. I probably could have saved the Ashe there. Just waiting because my tank is swapping heroes. Not a lot happening really, just waiting for like my ball to get in a position to do something, so I might as well like peek for a little bit of damage. I don't even know where my Pharah was. Where was my Pharah when they died? In front of me? Did they really die in front of me and I didn't notice? Yeah, okay. That's my bad as well. I guess I saw her for like 1 frame there, but maybe it's a symptom of standing too far up. I think in my head I was thinking like I just need to like put some pressure out and build some ult charge, do some damage while ball is setting up. But I suppose I could have done that from like 2 meters further back where I could actually see my Pharah, right? I also don't hear the Zuzu timing because frankly I didn't expect a res there. I did not expect that Messi would go for that, so I hear the res timing. Maybe I should have just Zuzu'd straight away instead of throwing out the heal, but I always feel a bit like weird when like someone gets res like pretty much out the spawn door, right? It's like they were gonna spawn in like a second anyway. So not a lot going on right now. I feel like I need to sell Suzu because I'm taking a fair bit of poke and I'm a little bit outside of like a good cover rotation angle. I decided to take the Sojourn angle because I know that my Mercy's with the Pharah and there isn't like a tank that needs like hard pocket, right? So I come around, I swing, I see if there's anything there to shoot. There isn't. The Hanzo unfortunately predicts me extremely well. I don't think there's a Sonic in there, but I walk into it. I look for a TP because I figure my ball's probably out of range. I know my Pharah's location, but I don't necessarily want a TP to my Pharah out in the open. Unfortunately, I think I get punished for this one. Yeah, I mean, I TP just to get out of the Hanzo ult, but I'm obviously dead, so. Bad decision by me. I don't think it was the wrong decision to go with the Sojourn, but maybe I just needed to like react a bit faster to the Hanzo ult, and maybe I just need to take the TP to the Pharah instead, right? Give Messi a bit of love and then look for some damage again. I feel like I'm standing way too far forward here, so I back off a bit. And then, yeah, die. So I was ultimately standing too far forward, but it's a difficult one. I think it's bad play by me, but also like in my head I'm like, how do we get objective control right now? Like at some point we need to like walk up and do something, and it feels like our wrecking ball's been like setting up for a really long time. But me getting staggered out and dying randomly obviously doesn't help that, right? I'm not back in time or don't react in time to save our Sojourn. Maybe I can throw out a Zuzu there, but it's like, yeah, I've just walked out of spawn. I don't know how many people are shooting them. I don't necessarily want to like throw out a Zuzu just because someone's at critical health, like right here. Like I don't want a Zuzu just because they're critical health, right? Like I prefer to like be conservative with Zuzus and actually like have an idea of like where the damage is coming from, what the threat is, and whether or not I need it. If I used it, the Sojourn wouldn't have died, but then, you know, the problem with using Zuzu early is that we're going to just get hit by a Queen ult, right? And we're 2.5 minutes into the game, so there's no way I'm not like thinking about a Queen ult right now. Queen ult hits me. I look back at my Sojourn just to see if I need to TP Zuzu to cleanse us both. I do not need to. I try and bait the axe. I think I end up taking the axe damage, don't I? Yeah, I think in the game I thought maybe I had dodged the axe, but I think I was just a couple frames too late, so I take the axe damage, which sucks, and that ends up killing me. So I was just slightly too late. In my head I actually wanted to like bait the axe, as in like make her chase me, make her swing the axe and then TP out, but maybe because I'm an old man and I'm washed up, I'm just like not fast enough to do it. And we both die as a result, so lots of like poor little micro decisions from me there. We're also like 3 minutes into the round and I'm still nursing number 1 ult, which is a bit of a shame. That's unfortunate. I think like I hear the Enran and it makes me like flick to the left, right? But as I flick to the left, that's right when my Pharah goes for her barrage turn, and so there's just no heal that comes to the Pharah there. Messi jumps out, but that felt like a like justified Zuzu. Like it feels like if Mercy doesn't like manage to slingshot out there, then she actually just dies. So the Zuzu doesn't even hit her, but I think I stand by that one. I was holding my TP in case they went for me, but maybe they learnt their lesson from last time. Yeah, so like I think maybe like a lot of like players that I've done reviews on in like gold, plat, diamond, low masters lately would like be like, fuck, like team's dying around us, let's ult. Like I'm aware that I haven't used an ult yet, but like this still doesn't feel like good ult timing to me. Like yes, we've had players die, but they've had players die, we have spawn advantage. Like I want to have someone else on my team back, and this is what I'm waiting for. As soon as I see that there's someone else that can get value, like this is my, you know, again, like positive objective pressure. It's going to go across the objective. It's going to help to buy space. It's going to be multiple people that can benefit from it. So like this is the timing that I'm looking for essentially. And I feel like, you know, even going back, like I guess I won't go back, but it didn't feel like there was like many particularly good like ult timings up until now, which might mean that I wasn't looking for them well enough, but it also is partly because, you know, like I fuck up the micro baiting the queen here, you know, I push up too far and I die here. So like I'm getting staggered out a few times, and that's like, you know, those deaths are limiting my ability to actually find that correct ultimate timing. But I mean, at the end of the day, like the ult does what like I want it to do. Unfortunately, we don't get any kills directly from it, but we do get like objective control, right? I think again I'm just too fucking slow on reacting to that queen axe. So trying to like deepen my angle now. I think from where that where do they die? There. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't heal them from in there, and it'll be the same thing. Like, you know, even if I had TP and Zuzu, like I wouldn't want to TP Zuzu into here and then just die to their whole team, right? So unfortunately, they have to get sacrificed. Realistically, maybe like I can deepen my angle a little bit earlier here because I feel like I can't even throw kunai on the queen, so it's still playing a little bit too passive. But I shift up and I try and get some kunai off then. Again, miss all of them, but it's the thought that counts. So I wasn't too fussed about like full healing my queen then, because like I've hit tab. I know that they're like about to get an ult, right? So I was focused more on damage prior to that because I want to make sure that this queen ideally dies during ult. I think I only hit a couple of body shots in the end, but same, I wanted to try and like dink the Anran, but no luck. Unfortunately, I can't deny the res there either, which feels bad. Still no Zuzu yet. No Zuzu yet because I'm holding it for this, obviously. Walk towards my queen. My queen's smart enough to walk towards me. We hit the Zuzu, we hit the cleanse. This time I'm not going to try and bait her axe, I hope. Hopefully not, because I fucked it up every other time. Nope, cool. Get out. Don't want to play in there. But I think like maybe that bait attempt actually works out that time because it feels like she shouted and really committed on me then, only for me to TP out. So maybe there's some value there. Hit some booty shots on the Mercy and managed to cap the point, which is nice. I think here, so we capped the point. I helped the Vendetta chase a kill. I know I can hear an Anoran around here. I mark the Anoran, I drop. Maybe I don't need to drop here in retrospect. But I'll be honest, I thought that the Vendetta was going to come with me. I really thought that they would come with me. But at least I didn't die. So looking for some more damage for now. I'm just the king of body shots today. I don't know why I'm not aiming at the head. Queen dies. So I'm making Mercy be the payload princess here. Just because I feel like my healing and my damage is ultimately going to be more impactful than the Mercy just doing one or the other. Because if I play from here, I actually like can't see most of the team. And obviously Mercy can't really like beam players who are up either. But ultimately she's able to like right-click our Sojourn, who is playing in a position that she can stay with. I think in different situations, like I would probably potentially let the Mercy go up and me push the cart. But I think for this particular point, with the current like positions of our team and their team, I feel like this is the right play. I didn't feel good about doing this TP when I did it because I wasn't sure how like necessary it was. I think I TP pretty much as the Hanzo dies, so it's a little bit like sketchy. Get the Zuzu there just to like take off some of that burn damage and that sort of thing, and it kind of works out, so it feels good there. So hold him out here. Because we just killed both DPS, I figure I might as well just step back and you know, 2 times the cart. Even if we just get an extra meter or two, it might put it to a position. Obviously we're not going to like get it all the way across, but if we can just squeeze an extra couple of meters out of it, then maybe it'll be in like a 4C9 situation where the enemy team can't step off the cart, right? So I'm looking back. Hanzo's popped ult, so I want to get out of that. My queen goes in with an ult. I have a little bit of a look about it. I consider like TPing to my queen here, but I'm like, I figure like there's probably a lot of people on the other side of that door, which replay code tells me that I was right. So I'm more interested in what's going on over here at the moment, but I do ultimately decide not to TP into her, which I think maybe was a mistake. I think at the time I was like, I'm glad I didn't TP in there, but looking at it now, maybe with the benefit of hindsight, I think we probably could have, if I TP'd in, we could have killed this Anran here. And I think that would have been like maybe higher value than me just standing around here doing fuck all. So ultimately, like, I'm trying to tick my boxes again. Positive objective pressure, like it goes over the point, right? Did I fuck it up? Oh, I did. No way. Oh, that's so painful. It's like a 2 meter ult. It was supposed to like go to the other side of the cart, but I'm an idiot. I don't think I realized that at the time either. So that is quite annoying. In retrospect, actually, if I did a proper ult, like a better ult, if I just used it maybe like the slightest bit earlier, like use it 3, 2, 1 now, so that it goes like across here and doesn't get blocked by the cart. Maybe this fight becomes so much easier for our team, realistically. The other thing that sucks about me not TPing in there, other than this player being on literally like 2 health right now, is I probably could have like saved and Zuzu'd my Vendetta, and maybe she would have just one-shot the enemy queen in ult. But yeah, this is a really poor ult. In theory, multiple people can benefit from it because it's still on the high ground, so Jen's benefiting from it a little bit as well. But just because I did like a 3 meter ult or something, it feels really bad. Why did I Suzu then? 100 health. Okay, maybe worried about Wu Yang finishing me off. We're lucky that we don't get punished for me wasting Zuzu there, I think, especially because they had the Wu Yang ult up, which really I need to be holding Zuzu for. But they also have a Queen ult up, so it's difficult. There's two things that I need to hold Zuzu for, and I've just self-Zuzu'd because I played from a stupid position. Realistically, like, now that my Queen is on the cart, there's like no reason for me to be playing from down here. I should have moved back, and I probably should have moved back to like this position here, behind here, where I, you know, if someone chases me, like there's a bit of space between, I'm less likely to take poke damage. I can always like D-peek and keep like deepening my angle this way to D-peek damage if I need to. But another option potentially could have been, instead of dropping down to the card at all, I might have just like dropped down and then climbed up this way. And then I could also have like a good position here where I can use these crates for cover. I feel like I often end up taking this position as a support, whether it's Anna, Kiri or Bap in this situation where the cart's about to cap. So I'm not sure why I chose to just stand on the point, but this poor positioning gets my Zuzu forced really early, which, as I said, is a big issue when there's two ults that I need to counter with Zuzu. So here there's a Hanzo to my right. I'm going to give some pocket to the players as I walk up, but I do want to like challenge this Hanzo. I can't just have him shooting there for free. Unfortunately, I don't have Zuzu for this. I TP out because ultimately if I stand in that high ground any longer, I'm guaranteed to die, but it doesn't really matter, does it? So I think biggest issue there was my poor positioning standing on the cart, leading to my Zuzu getting forced, right? Had I just played either the top left crates, or had I done a better ult, or had I like not chosen to stand behind the cart, I feel like all three of those decisions could have changed the outcome of that team fight. So I'm a little bit worried about the Queen to my right, but I've got a shout right now, so don't mind engaging her a bit. I want to, looks like I'm going for another classic Queen bait. Still going for another classic Queen bait. So I attempted the Queen bait a few times already and it didn't work out, but this time it worked a treat, right? Because I've baited Queen and Hanzo to chase me over here while the rest of my team has killed their team. So it feels pretty good, and I've not died for it. And yes, I've had to use my TP and my Zuzu, but there's like, they already used the threatening ults on the last fight. So like there's no need to hold it for, you know, for any like anti-heal or stun from the Wu Yang. Didn't quite get their time right. I think they capped with like 4 minutes to spare, and we have 1 minute to spare, which basically gives us like maybe 1 and a bit team fights if we're lucky. I guess this is a situation where, like talked about before, in other situations I might let the Mercy go forward and I would push the cart. And I think back here maybe I saw Mercy was pushing cart and I wasn't in voice chat, so I was like, you go ahead or something. Maybe I stop and type right now. Yeah. Because here it feels more valuable for the Mercy to go up. I can mostly heal these players from the cart, and I still have like potential to throw out some kunai from the cart as well, which again, back at the other point, I didn't really have as much of. So not gonna even entertain the idea of TPing in there right now, because realistically they've got a mini to play off. My Mercy's going in. I guess I thought about it then because I looked at them, but then I saw that my Mercy was going in anyway, so that means I don't need to. I've stepped fully off of cart here, but like my Queen's just gone in with an ult. Like I want to see if I can follow up on this at all. I use a really early Zuzu on myself because I know I'm getting shot in the back right now, and I don't really want that. It's also a Bastion there, but I want to try and like convert some sort of value from this Queen ult. Probably like the wrong decision in the end, maybe. I think maybe it's on me that they die. It's probably not ideal to have like your main source of healing just like walk in front of the whole team and go full DPS mode, but we've got the res, which is good. I end up killing the queen, which is good. I also like took a bit of like aggro off the team because there's like a timing here where the enemy hang on, back here, where the enemy queen is chasing me instead of shooting everyone else on my team, right? So I hit the Zuzu there. Queen gives up on me, turns on these players here. I'm not quite back in time to save them, but it doesn't feel like the worst thing. I mean, Bastion did some shots on me as well. You know, maybe the Ashe looked at me a little bit as well when they got res, so potentially it took a little bit of pressure off of my queen, who was trying to like walk up into a Bastion in turret form, right? So in retrospect, because we get the res, it's not too bad, but maybe I made a misplay there overall. Go forward, get the kill. Nothing but body shots here. Lost track of my queen there, that's why I was healing my ground. Really want that Bastion. Still want to like stay on cart though. Again, want to put it in a situation where it's like a C9 if they don't touch, right? Like every meter is good here, because while there's definitely going to be a touch, unless they're like completely idiots, like I really want it to be like they cannot step off the point. So do another ult, same as before, you know, like who benefits from it? Literally the entire team can benefit from this Kitsune rush unless someone decides to push up here. Positive objective pressure. I think as well, maybe like the rush going out gives everyone just that slight little bit of extra attack speed, which helps us burn down this queen a little bit sooner. She doesn't even like get a full ult off, which is nice. I don't really need to Zuzu there, do I? In retrospect, maybe it would have been smarter to hold it for something else, but it doesn't end up mattering because they don't walk out on fast enough heroes to contest. So I think, like, in summary, still had some big issues, but I feel like one of the key things that I said I wanted to work on was that ultimate usage, and I feel like pretty much all of them ticked my boxes of does it force positive objective pressure, and can like multiple people generate value from it. Obviously that one at second point, I didn't even realize when I did it in the game that it was like a 3 meter ultimate, so that's my bad. But in theory, like it was like the right place but the wrong time, because I let it get blocked by the cart, but the rest of them were good. Another thing that I said I wanted to start work on from the start was taking more off angles, but again with the Mercy it's like maybe like slightly more risky. Like I can't just let the Mercy be like the main healer. Like it's not using our kits properly, right? Like Mercy wants to be empowering the main DPS, which means that I probably need to play with the tank a bit more often, but I think I mostly adapted the right playstyle. Greeted a few angles a few times, but overall, like I think I learnt a bit more from watching that VOD review, and hopefully someone else learnt from it too.